Let's jump in here. So, Happy New Year, everybody, from Nineworks TV. So, yeah, here I'm actually away at the moment, and yeah, it's a lot more windier than where we usually are down on the coast. But yeah, look, I just wanted to have a couple of minutes really to say, yeah, Happy New Year to everybody, and thanks for your support. Really, I also want to show you, and I'm going to spin the camera around at this point. I'm going to show you how clean this car is. You may have seen on my Instagram a couple of weeks ago, I hadn't cleaned this thing in 2.5 months because, yeah, what's the point at this time of year? And it is daily driven, hence driven not hidden, 168k on the clock now, and it was absolutely filthy. I did 2 passes with garage therapy, decon shampoo and snow foam, and the thing has come up outrageously awesome. I've probably driven it about 600 miles since, and to the point where at a Legends meet on Sunday, someone said, how do you keep that car so clean? And I said, I don't really know. It kind of just does it itself. But that garage therapy stuff is awesome. So cheers to Maz and the team for that. I highly recommend it. But anyway, I'll get in because it's quite windy. There we go. So yeah, that's aside from that, really, just want to say, yeah, a couple of things. So number one, as I said, like, just thanks for all your support this year. And I think last year I sat here and it was a Christmas message actually, and like the main theme of it was people. I'd mentioned last year about kind of struggles, I guess, with like comments. I really struggled last year. Nick H, all the best, Lee. Thanks for the content. That's my pleasure. Thank you for watching. And yeah, I said last year, I'd really struggled with comments. I'd found that last year was a bit of a turning point whereby I'd always had support, and then last year a lot of, yeah, just like idiots really posting in the comments. That really affected me. I was kind of pulled out of that and learned how to deal with that via just nice people in the DNHC and elsewhere, really, that really taught me to not worry about that, and that negative comments and the mindset of others, that's not my responsibility, that's theirs. And I have to say, 12 months on, couldn't give less of a Fuchs wheel for things like that now. So that's like real progress kind of from my point of view, that kind of comes down to you as people, and reflecting this year, people is the theme again, but in a much more kind of positive way, because I've really felt in 2024 among these kind of Porsche escapades, the positivity of just human beings. And that has meant a lot to me, particularly like with the challenges with like Total 911 magazine going in the summer. The support that I have had off the back of that has blown my mind. I've commented on this on like the podcast a few times. I will forever be grateful, and I've saved some of the comments, some of the messages that people have sent me on WhatsApp and all different forms of media. That has really put fire in the belly, and going into 2025 has just given me absolute certainty to just keep doing what we're doing, making great content, connecting with people, all through this lovely medium of cars that one day I'm certain like will not be here in this regard. Like these are, believe it or not, in terms of automotive, they're good times we're in right now. I'm a firm believer of that. Owning a sports car with a combustion engine, it's the equivalent of owning a horse, I think, going forward. You won't use it so much for day-to-day driving, but it will be your weekend passion. And yeah, like I said, fire in the belly really for 2025 to help ensure that Nineworks is at the centerpiece of that, to help deliver those moments that we all crave, really, because as I said, like these sports cars, they're wonderful things. They connect us in so many different ways, and I've seen that throughout the DNHC this year, if I'm honest. Like just cars connecting people, that's the big thing. So we can't wait to do more of that in 2025. And as I said, to have that mindset, particularly in the face of adversity, with T911 closing, which again I'm certain will be a positive thing in the long run for a lot of people. That all comes from just positivity of people. And again, being slightly candid, because obviously this channel's usually about cars. A couple of like challenges away from cars for like myself and my wife and stuff in the second half of this year, and people have pulled me through. So I won't keep going on about that. That's just what I wanted to say, is like a massive thank you. People, it was about people last year. It's been about people this year as well. And road trips. been really lucky to experience lots of different road trips this year, but in different cars, funny enough. They've not all been in Little Irish because it spent half the year being broken. But I think back to like the Wales Nineworks road trip in March. I was lucky to do that in a 718 GTS 4 litre Boxster. Really opened my eyes to just how good that platform is. It's an absolute travesty that that car is not going to have an engine in it going forward. I'm hearing rumours that that might not be the case and there might be a U-turn. I really hope it is. I've said all along, if Porsche can't make that sports car good, then like all sports cars are doomed, really. Yeah, if that's when I've said this on How Much Radio, if Porsche can't make a good, an outstanding electric sports car, nobody else can. So the forthcoming Boxster and Cayman EV is not just a crucial car for Porsche, it's a crucial car for sports cars, I think, and the future of them. So really interested next year to see where that goes. But yeah, that 718 GTS 4 litre, what a car. Like, really opened my eyes to that platform. Fantastic things. That was through Wales. Norway road trip this year, we flew in and some members of the DNHC hired classic cars through our friends at Ullison Classics. That was incredible and led to one of our members buying their first air-cooled car as a result of that afterwards. Fantastic. I did 2 road trips to Ireland this year, one in Little Irish, which was cool to take Little Irish to Ireland, and then taking the 40th anniversary, which, believe it or not, is driven, just not, I don't really put it all over YouTube. I went with my brother Jack and some members of the Driven Not Hidden Collective to Ireland in June. Again, that 40th anniversary, I just absolutely fell in love with that car. I can't tell you how much I enjoy driving it. It's in storage at the moment. It won't be out until the spring again. But I love that car so much, and it's different to this in so many ways. I do keep promising you on YouTube I will do a comparison between Little Irish and the 40th. I will do it. Just so many kind of things get in the way of that. But I really will try my hardest to do that in 2025 because it will be interesting. You may think rear-wheel drive, manual coupe 996s, they're the same, right? They're not at all. And it's the beauty of these cars. Every car is different, but that will really highlight just there's more than one ways to skin a cat, as I like to say on this channel. So that was good. But my favourite road trip of the year by country mile is the trip around Europe in Matt's 991 GT3 RS, driving to Italy and through the Alps. And there's a video on it. I really hope you've seen it. It's my favourite video of the year. It's probably my favourite video I've ever done on YouTube. It's about an hour long, so I apologise in advance. But getting to drive somebody else's car around Europe for 3,000 miles and an RS, you know, a fabled RS as well. I can't tell you how special that was. And signing off Total 911, sending the last mag to print at the top of the Furka Pass. Yes, yeah, something that will always stay with me. And I've mentioned so many times, Matt, and thanked you so much, but just the kindness, I don't think I'll ever understand it. I think I've said before, the first time I met Matt was getting off the train about 3 hours, because Matt lives about 3 hours away from me. Got off the train at Matt's locale, and he was standing there with the keys to the RS. First time I'd met Matt. Incredible kindness. And again, that comes back to the theme for me of this year, is just like the power of kindness. And something to really take forward into next year. So that trip was so memorable. And again, it's my favourite ever YouTube video, ever. Please go and watch it if you haven't already. I love doing road trip videos. I'd love to do more of them. The trouble is, you know, and I always say, like, YouTube, if you look at YouTube as a business case on its own, it won't stack up unless you're one of like the early adopters or one of like the handful, right, of YouTubers that have done it that we can all think of. You know, obviously they're cleaning up. But for the rest of us, particularly when you just focus on one brand, it's not commercially the best idea, is it? But you know, if you don't look at YouTube as a revenue stream, but just look at it as free advertising, then it still remains a really, really powerful tool. So yeah, I can't remember quite why I've got onto that. Oh yeah, road trips, that's it. So I love doing road trip videos, and to be honest, if I could just specialise in road trip videos, if anyone from Amazon, by the way, is watching and wants to give me a shed load of cash to go off and do road trips in different cars, I am all in, I will do it. But yeah, so it's just not a money maker, that's the thing, you know. So I hope to do more and kind of showcase more places like for you to go next year. Because like, for example, Norway, I did document that when I took my dad, the old man, a few years back. And I know people have gone to Norway since and done it off the back of that. Hopefully, like again, the RS road trip in the summer is the same thing. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. So and the point of that, by the way, is that was the other theme for this year, is aside from people, is the road trips. They've just been phenomenal. And again, experience them in many different cars. I'm very aware how lucky and privileged I am to do that. So let's see what's in store for 2025. I think, again, it's going to be people and road trips being the theme. In the Driven Not Hidden Collective, we've got 7 road trips covering over 10,000 miles in Porsche sports cars. I'm so excited. I'm particularly excited to go to Sicily and retrace the Targa Florio. I'm going to do that in this car because I've got this weird thing about trying to cover as many race tracks and races around the world in Little Irish. So that's going to be good fun. We've got loads of other places which, if you're in the DNHC, you'll know about it. Some people have already registered and booked their place on the trip, so that's fantastic. So yeah, that'll be next year. The other thing I just want to say before I go is what a privilege it was to interview Michael Mauer, head of Porsche design, or he's actually head of the VW Group design, earlier in, it was July actually. It was a real coup for me as a journalist, to be honest, and a real coup for Nineworks to get an hour of that guy's time. We flew to Stuttgart. I was there for the day, had a wonderful chat with him in front of the cameras. There is a video, you can see that full length video. It's on my YouTube channel here. Do go and find it. There's an interesting like bombshell we dropped where he basically said, don't get too hung up on the shape of headlights going forward. I felt that was really interesting, and particularly like renders of like Boxster and Cayman I've seen, the incoming EV, where basically they look like the Taycan headlights. You know, makes me wonder what's in store for maybe even the 911. And as we know, and I'm sitting in one of the cars that is evidence of this, you know, the 911's headlights haven't always been round. So big bombshell dropped by Michael there. It's a really honest, candid conversation as he celebrated 20 years at the top of Porsche design. So yeah, a real coup for us to have that time with him afterwards. I love that, and I really enjoy interviewing designers. So hopefully there'll be some more of that in 2025 as well. So that's it. Again, like lastly, thank you to you. Like you've powered me through this year in more ways than I think you'll ever realise, particularly the DNHC as well. There's been, yeah, personal challenges away from these cars that you lot have helped me breeze through. So a real kind of sincere thank you for that. Thanks for your support. Like again, we do this for the love. That's the point. You know, I should really at this stage go and get a proper job and start paying some proper bills really, but it's not happened yet, and I hope to put that off for as long as I can. So with your support, we'll keep doing our best to create great content and forge connections from person to person, but also person to car, because as we all know watching this channel, I think you all love these cars as much as I do. These machines are special and give us great moments away from technology and everything else and all life's challenges and stresses and dramas. You know, just one man or woman sitting behind the wheel of a car and driving. I just don't think you can beat it personally. So thank you for playing your part in that and this journey. I hope we've helped you in some way or another on your own Porsche journey. A very happy new year, and we'll see you in 2025. Always driven, not hidden. Thank you.